What is up, everybody? Welcome back to From the Crypt with your hosts, me, Jacob, and Derek.
Me.
That guy.
Yes.
Today we're going to be talking about Terrifier and Terrifier 2. Maybe
Both of them.
Yeah, maybe you heard of them. Maybe you might have heard of these little tiny Terrifier movies that are making waves.
Making big waves.
Yeah. So we'll definitely get into that here in a little bit. But first, Derek, what you been listening to?
Oh, gosh. What have I been listening to? Oh, yeah. Bro Job, Deathcore Christmas 1 and 2. Because I did not realize 1 came out last year. So double dose for me.
Actually,
and, yeah.
You should have known that it came out last year because I mentioned it in our top 5 albums of the year video last year.
I don't remember that. It was a year ago. Yeah, you're not wrong. But
Dude,
I don't know.
I said in that video, I was like, dude, if it wasn't listed as an EP, it would have made my top 5. Easy.
Yeah. I
don't
know
love it
that
so
one,
much.
At the time, that one just probably right over my head.
You're all good. But also, I would definitely say the same for a very Deathcore Christmas 2 as well. If it wasn't an EP, it would be in my top 5. Easy.
Yeah, that's a sad state of music to say there would be 2 EPs in my top 5, let alone probably 1 and 2.
Oh,
if yeah,
my whole list would be made up of EPs and singles this year.
Anyways, we don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, no, that's a topic for next week.
I'm trying to think of what else I've been listening to. I mean, of course, Aqua Teen Christmas, like always this time of year.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's about it. That's all I've been. Hasn't been very exciting in my household by any means.
I mean, honestly, music just hasn't been that exciting this year, to be honest with you.
That is fact.
It doesn't seem like Spotify Wrapped has been too horribly exciting either this year because, like, a damn good amount of the Spotify Wraps I've been seeing has been, like, all Sleep Token.
Yeah. Which, it's...
I'm just like, guys, come on, man. I mean, really? I don't know.
Okay, no more spoilers. You're pulling a Toby right now.
All right, sorry. Yeah, we'll get into that next week when we do our top 5. But...
yeah, which hopefully he will be joining us, but we'll see.
We got to keep the tradition up, man.
Oh, yeah, he better. No excuses. Play like a champion.
Yeah, even if he has to be on his fucking phone in his basement again. I don't care.
Yeah. Speaking of playing, so last week, and I know a lot of people are going to give me a weird eye, but I bought Halo Infinite because I don't have Game Pass. And I don't have a lot of time to play games, so it was $15. Picked it up, started playing that, and yeah, today I was just achievement hunting and cleaning up in Borderlands 3 mainly. So that's been fun to get back into that and not have to re-experience that shit story.
I will say this about Borderlands 3. Toby and I had a damn good time playing it. It was super fun to play. But dude, I will agree, the story was just absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
The story with the twins, like, and the whole social media thing and streaming and whatever, I was like, what the fuck is going on, dude?
Yeah, and then introducing Typhon and then expecting, like, Typhon and then what were the other one? I can't even remember the kids' names, but they both started with T. So if you didn't piece together that he was the dad of both of them right away, it's like... that wasn't a big shocker like Angel was in 2. Like, 2 is just still better in every way, shape, and form, but I do like the gameplay in 3. So,
yeah,
and it's a good shooter to be able to actually pause if, I don't know, your toddler falls off of something or wants the TV changed from Paw Patrol to Rescue Bots. Yeah, it's been a really, really exciting day.
Jesus. Yeah, no, I feel you. I remember pretty much every night after work, Toby and I would be coming home. Like, unfortunately, it was before we started Cosmic Pizza, so we didn't actually stream any of it, which is wild because that was when we were talking about possibly doing a podcast or possibly doing a YouTube channel or whatever. We just never started one. And by the time we did start Cosmic Pizza, we had already kind of fell off of Borderlands 3. We'd already experienced pretty much all of it. up to Love, Guns, and Tentacles, or whatever the fuck the first like big expansion or whatever was, or DLC.
The first good part of Borderlands 3.
Oh, dude, it was so fucking cool. I loved it. And I mean, you boys into Eldritch horror and shit like that, so tentacles and shit, and just creepy, dark, fucking creepy shit. I'm here for it. So we had quite a bit of fun with that, and we got max level characters completely just overpowered as fuck for absolutely no reason, and I don't know. We just kind of got bored, really, but.
Yeah, no, once you, like, that's why I'm just trying to get the rest of the achievements that I need, and then I can, like, officially check it off of the list as done.
Yeah, I think that's around the time that Cold War came out, and we started doing Cold War Zombies quite a bit, which started out promising, and we had a lot of fun with D Machine, but unfortunately, Zombies took a big-ass nosedive again. After D Machine. So yeah, I know. So hopefully the new standalone Zombies experience will be better than the DMZ Zombies bullshit that they've got going on right now with Modern Warfare 2 that looks absolutely fucking dumb. And I don't know who the hell asked for that, but whatever, I guess. Hopefully the actual round base is better, but
it's Activision. They're going to do whatever they want and still make $1 billion for it.
Yeah, I know. We can dream, though. Hopefully they'll do something better next year, and we'll move on. But
nope. But anyways, what have you been playing?
I haven't been playing shit. I did jump on WoW Season of Discovery the other day. That was fun. I streamed that a little bit. Which, if you're not familiar, anybody's not familiar with Season of Discovery, it's pretty much Classic Plus, like people have been asking for a long time now. They took the Classic game client and they added a bunch of like hidden shit in it, and like these runes and stuff that you can engrave your armor and shit with to create weird class combos and stuff. Like you can be a warlock tank and shit. Like,
oh, okay,
it's fucking wild. And this is in Classic WoW, not with no expansions, and they're using all old assets too. So there's no like high res graphical things that are just competing with the old game. It's just all the old shit, but they're just like expanding on the old game itself, and it's interesting. It's interesting to say the least. I didn't get too far. I think I got to like level 6 or something like that, and I'll probably jump back on it this week sometime, probably tomorrow or Wednesday because I'm off. But it's cool because like it's not something I ever in a million years would have thought Blizzard would ever do, to be honest with you. And they're even gonna be, dude, you might actually find this a little bit interesting, but so right now they're doing it as like a time gated thing where right now the max level for this season is 25. So everyone had to start fresh on these servers. They get up to level 25 and it gives them some time to like explore. The whole point is to explore and find the new shit that is in the old world, basically.
To discover things.
Yeah, literally the name of it. And basically they're going to keep doing this. They'll add like they're doing 25, and then I think the next one's going to be 40 or something like that, and the next one's going to be 60 and so forth. But by the end of it, there should be a lot of the old places that used to not be accessible in Classic WoW, like all those old like parts of the map and shit that you just could not get to without glitching through it, like the fucking Karazhan crypts and shit like that.
Yeah,
they're opening those up. Like they're building story in those things.
Oh hell yeah!
And I was like, what the fuck? Okay. And then like Mount Hyjal and shit like that. I was like, what? What year is this? What the fuck is going on, dude? So that should be exciting, honestly. I think that'd be pretty fun to experience. I mean, obviously we've got stuff like that now and then some, I suppose, but it's going to be interesting to visit them in the old game, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, 100%.
But yeah, that's really all I've been playing, really. I haven't, and that wasn't even that much. Like I said, I'll probably play again tomorrow and Wednesday for a little bit. But as far as listening goes, I've been listening to a lot of fucking Seven Dust, actually.
Yeah, okay. All right.
A lot of old Seven Dust.
The other day.
Yeah, dude. I fucking I listened to like 4 or 5 different Seven Dust albums just back to back. I just kind of went through, I was on my route and I was like, you know what, I kind of want to listen to some Seven Dust. And I think it kickstarted from the new album, because I obviously this year we're doing the top 5. I wanted to listen to the new album, and I'm a big Seven Dust fan.
I forgot Seven Dust put out an album this year, and I even love, what is it, Everything is the name of the song.
Yeah, dude,
the song's a banger.
You got to check it out. It's actually pretty solid for what we're getting this year anyway. Is it my favorite Seven Dust album? Absolutely not, but it did make me want to go back and listen to a bunch of Seven Dust, and that's what I did. So I did that, and then I did the same thing with Disturbed today. I went back and listened to like all the first, like from the first Disturbed album all the way to Immortalized.
Nice. Immortalized was solid.
I liked Immortalized quite a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck happened with the one after that though, with the DNA strip on the front of it.
Nope, that album does not exist. Don't mention it, don't think it, don't speak it.
Yeah, trust me. I heard a couple singles off of that shit, and I'm like, guys, what are you fucking doing? What is this? And then Toby messaged the group chat that me and Cody and Cheeks have with him. He said, hey, they were playing the single off of the new Disturbed album from last year, and it actually sounded okay. And I was like, are you...
No, the album that came out, I believe it was last year, much better. It's not like as good as like Immortalized. Well, and Immortalized isn't even their best album, but it was definitely better than that piece of shit that they put out before that.
Yeah.
A step in the right direction at the very least.
I liked Immortalized quite a bit.
Yeah.
I remember listening to it a lot when it first came out. The Vengeful one, I think, like...
Yeah.
Dude, I had that shit on repeat, like a lot when it came out.
Yeah.
But anyway, I did go back and listen to the newest Disturbed album, and I was like, okay, Disturbed, I've got a weird relationship with you right now, to be honest with you, and this is okay. I think this is all right, but I'm not with it, and it kind of sounds cheesy, to be honest with you. It sounds like what Disturbed was trying to do with Immortalized, but they made it cheesy as fuck, if that makes sense. But that was really my only gripe. It was okay, but
I think off of that album, I really dug like 4 songs off of it, and even they just put out the not the cover as a single, the song they did with Ann Wilson from Heart, which I did that album or that song.
Yeah, that was pretty solid.
I will say the Jacob, not you, my Jacob, he loves the song Bad Man.
Oh, yeah, Bad Man was pretty cool.
Yeah. And the music video for it, too, is pretty interesting. You should check it out.
Oh, hell yeah. I'll have to peep it.
But yeah, so one thing I forgot to talk about in our pre-video meeting that I do want to say something about. Boys, Season 4 trailer or teaser dropped, I think it was Friday or Saturday. So by the time this is released, everybody better have already checked it out. Oh my fucking God. I am ready. And oh God, just so ready. I still need to watch Gen V though. But
you're talking about The Boys as in like the hero, like the superhero thing?
Yeah, basically dark, twisted Justice League. Yeah.
I still have yet to watch it, so
Oh, dude.
I know, I'm late as fuck, I know. But
No, I wasn't even going to say that. Like, one thing that I sell people with, because, I'm obviously big into comic books.
Yeah.
And comic book movies. My wife is not. She hates them, actually. The Boys is probably one of her favorite shows, if not her favorite show.
Oh, dude.
I don't get it, but...
You don't have to sell me, man. I'm sold already, but I just haven't found the time to like sit down and like fucking grind it,
Yeah.
That's really all, because I know Toby definitely got on me about it. I think Peyton maybe as well mentioned that I need to watch it, and then an old friend of mine who I don't really talk to anymore, Cody. He lived closer to when I was in Seymour, but he lives out in Ottumwa or some shit. But anyway. He was one of our dudes in our D&D group, and every single time we'd like be getting together for D&D, while we were still waiting on everyone to show up, he would just like show me random clips and shit of just crazy shit that happened to the boys, and I'm like, God damn. Like, he showed me the one scene where the really fast dude, like, runs by that chick and, like, obliterates her or something like that.
Yeah, that's, like, one of the first... It's been a minute since I've watched the first episode. It's in the first episode. I don't know if it's the first shot, but it's damn near the beginning of the show.
I remember that was one of the scenes he showed me, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, no. And what everybody was wanting Ant-Man to do to Thanos, yeah, they do kind of explore that in season 3.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. But
I'm
if
sure
people haven't watched that...
They probably explored that. They probably explored that in a couple pornos, too.
Yeah. Check it out. That's all I gotta say about that. Anyways. Before we get started, just learning from our first 5 frustrating nights at Freddy's. Spoilers ahead.
Very spoilers ahead, yes.
Yeah, spoilers ahead.
But
so yeah,
these movies have been out for a decent enough amount of time. You should have watched them by now.
They'll still bitch.
If I have seen them, then you have no excuse, because I am always late to the horror game, just about every single time. So if I've seen them, you have no fucking excuse, period. Go watch them.
But yes, Terrifier.
Terrifier.
How well that's showing. Terrifier.
Hell yeah. I don't have a shirt. I'm wearing Die Hard is Murder today, but...
yeah.
But yeah, Terrifier and Terrifier 2. You want to go ahead and give like a brief rundown or history or like a upbringing to these movies coming into the fold, or?
So originally Art the Clown was in a short film called The Ninth Circle. I believe that's what it's called. Hold on. I'm not seeing it on there, but I believe it was The Ninth Circle and All Hallows Eve, which was an anthology. Now I have watched All Hallows Eve, but it was hot minute ago, but I didn't want to talk about those because I mean the first 2 movies, Terrifier and Terrifier 2, those movies are just amazing, and Art the Clown is going to he's
there's something, holy shit.
Just FYI, let me go ahead and get my bias out of the way. I love slasher films. My favorite film is a slasher movie, which I'm not going to say just in case if we do a favorite movies episode later on.
That's fair.
Anybody who knows me knows what it is, though. This, I fucking do love these movies. Even though I will say with the first one, the first time I watched it, I hated it.
Really?
I did not like it. I was like, this is low budget as fuck, and the acting just isn't. Ass.
Yeah,
ass. That's literally what I thought the first time I watched this movie. But then one of my favorite, if not my favorite YouTubers, Drum Dums, he did like a revisited, because before I even watched his channel, he didn't like it either. But then he's like, you know what, something hit differently. And then so I was like, okay, you know what? I'll give it a go. And then, I was like, okay, it clicks now. It finally clicked. But one thing that is awesome about these movies is Damien Leone wrote them, produced them, directed them, and did the special effects for them. And I know you're on board with this. Practical effects over CG 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, dude. If you're going to use practical effects, if you're sitting in a meeting, okay, and you're trying to come up with the direction of effects for a horror movie, scratch that. If you're trying to come up with the direction of the effects for any movie, and you have the choice between CG and practical effects, if you don't choose practical effects, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah. Case in point, look at The Thing 1982 versus The Thing 2011. Practical, amazing. CG, dog shit.
I didn't even know that had a remake.
Yeah, well, no, it's not a remake. It's a prequel. But
I haven't watched it one way or another, so.
I don't know for sure on this. I know I've heard it, but there was a practical effects version, but then the studio opted against it and then did CG, and it just fucking atrocious.
No.
God, I can't talk today. But yeah, Terrifier, the first one. I'm not even going to sugarcoat this. There is next to no goddamn story in this movie, and that's okay, because you know what we get instead? Carnage candy.
Carnage and a bunch of dumb fuckery. And
Oh yeah.
it was honestly okay. I'm gonna go ahead and give my
Go ahead.
my not bias really, because I don't have any preference on like slasher films specifically. You know, like I have grown. I have acquired the taste for
There you go.
for horror movies. Okay, over the past 10 years or so, I've been getting into horror, and as the years go by, my opinion of horror movies has been here, and now it's like way up here. And nowadays, some of my favorite movies are horror movies. Like I just like I have gone from 0 to 100 as far as horror movies go, in my personal opinion anyway. I used to fucking hate them. I used to just be really behind on them. I didn't really watch them growing up. They used to scare the shit out of me, and my parents wouldn't let me watch them anyway. It's probably why they scared the shit out of me, because it was pretty few and far between I ever watched them to begin with.
Yeah.
But especially films like Terrifier would not have been my cup of tea ever in the slightest, okay? Especially Terrifier 2.
Yeah.
And now here's the thing, though. My taste has gone from there to here, like I said, but it's always been zoning in on the practical effects, the cheesy, campy nature of horror films like Nightmare on Elm Street and The Evil Dead. You know, those kind of things have always appealed to me a lot more, because they remind me of like a fucking fantasy Jim Henson kind of film, you know, but horror, of course. They got the puppets and the fucking animatronics and shit like that. And I love that shit. I have always loved that shit. So I think that's probably why I like that kind of stuff. But when you can do that, but you can also sprinkle in a little bit of humor as well. As fucked up,
fuck humor.
Dude, as fucked up as it is. It's so good. Every single time I saw Art just like just straight up cheese at the camera, I lost it. I was giggling the whole time. I was watching it with somebody I'm talking to right now, and dude, I was giggling the whole time. She can definitely vouch for that. I was giggling my ass off the whole time. And it was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment. And yeah, no, I didn't have any desire to watch these until I went to the Silver Scream Con, and I got the shit scared out of me by an Art the Clown. Just some random fucking dude dressed up as Art the Clown. And Toby had already told me about him. You have already mentioned them to me or whatever. And I had already I'd already written them off as like, okay, probably not my cup of tea. No big deal. If I watch them, I watch them, you know. But when I went to that Silver Scream Con, I'm walking down the hallway, and I turned the corner. I'm on my way to one of the panel rooms. And as a matter of fact, it might have even been the Terrifier one, where they had the three girls from the movies on the panel and shit talking. And dude, this hallway is quiet as fuck. There's no one in this hallway whatsoever. And I'm turning the corner, and Art just pops out and honks a horn at me and starts smiling. And dude, I'm not even kidding. I tensed up. I was like, I was ready to just duff him in the face. Luckily, I wasn't very close, so I didn't swing. But I giggled it off, and I was like, dude, you just scared the shit out of me. I'm gonna give you props, because most people can't do that. Okay. It's not happening, okay? But you just scared the shit out of me. And he laughed it off, walked away. It was all in good fun. And I messaged this to Toby, okay? And Toby was like, dude, I know you haven't really had any desire to watch the movies, but if you would watch the movies, you would absolutely know why that is way more terrifying than you think it is. And I was like, really? And he said, yeah, really. Keep that thing on you. And I'm like, what? Should I be carrying a gun? What the fuck? So So yeah, ever since that moment, I was like, dude, I need to watch these movies so I know what the fuck he's talking about, and now I know.
Yeah. No, there was one thing that, because it had been so long since I'd watched this that I didn't piece this together. Um, do you think Halloween 2018 took the jack-o'-lantern idea from Terrifier?
Okay, I have I have the head with the fucking flaming eyes and nose and shit in my notes, but it wasn't for that reason. But now that you brought that up,
Yeah,
maybe.
because it no, that was rhetorical. They did. So that's creativity,
Yikes.
especially if somebody's ripping it off. So yeah,
Let's just let's
team
just
me in.
let's just add that to my never-ending list of things I have wrong with the new Halloween movies.
Yeah. Also, that episode will be coming sometime in the future. We don't know when.
Yeah, we definitely have that one planned. Don't worry, and that's going to be where a lot of my hot takes come in.
Yep. Yep. But no, so basically, I guess I will just do a very quick plot rundown. Two girls out at a party, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm too drunk to drive home. Let's go get some pizza." And then chaos ensues because then their car won't start. Then they got to try to use a phone because they're not getting service.
Actually,
Or, no. One of the girls had to use the bathroom. Sorry,
back
Tara
up.
had to use the bathroom.
Back up a little bit because it opens up with the interview with the chick with the fucked up face.
Yeah, you're right, Monica Brown, and we're gonna leave. Yeah, but it was Tara's sister being interviewed. One thing that's awesome that I think people are still confused about is that interview was technically taking place when Terrifier 2 was taking place.
Yeah.
So there is a little bit of jumping around. Not very much.
I've got the post-credit scene in my notes as well.
What, for 2?
Yeah, it's in my notes.
Jericho, baby. Yeah. But
Yuck.
yeah, chaos ensues. Girl tries to use the bathroom, and then yeah, that is like legit the plot. It's not very much to it,
No.
but man, they fucking take it for a ride.
Yeah, and all things considered, though, the lack of plot being there, I think also made it a lot cooler that it still managed to come full circle. And then they still, because it starts with the interview with the chick that had her face all fucked up and shit, and then it comes full circle back to that because that ends up being the sister, obviously, of the girl that gets killed and shit. And then that eventually feeds into the next film as well. So it's cool that they created something that is literally not very story heavy whatsoever, and they still managed to tie it in pretty seamlessly, like all things considered, with even the second film. I thought that was pretty cool. But
yeah, no. Let's go ahead and talk about the hacksaw kill. What did you think of that? I loved it. I like
the sawing in half.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that was crazy. That was fucking wild. And I don't know if it was my favorite kill from that movie, but do you have a favorite? Is that your favorite kill from that movie?
Oh yeah. I mean, not to be a basic bitch about it, but yeah, that like, especially like when I watched it with like not my second time watching it when like it was hitting more, I was like, oh fuck yeah, like yeah.
I think mine would probably have to be. I thought it was pretty cool, and I love the practical effects they use for it as well. I was like, God damn, that is fucking rough, dude. But
yeah, Catherine Corcoran, who was on, who played Dawn, that got sawed in half. She talked on Daniel Harris and Scout Taylor Compton's podcast about that kill. Yeah, like. They like didn't have like a rig thing for her to like sit her up, so like I think somebody would have to come and like hold her up, or it basically wasn't really done by the way it should have been done. But hey, you know what? It showed.
The show has to go on.
Yeah, and like the results are on screen. Like yeah, I know it seems like I don't have a lot to say about the first one. I really don't. I do love this movie, but Terrifier 2 is where I can talk for literal hours and have been featured on another podcast about Terrifier 2. It's like, yeah. The first one, in my mind, laid great groundwork for an even better slasher movie. Art the Clown, like, still, like... And I was thinking about this. If there was going to be a, like, today, Mount Rushmore of horror... Because, you know, previous ones would have Freddy, Jason, Michael. Fourth one's always debated. It could be Leatherface, Ghostface, whatever. Who would be up there with Art? Because Art is a horror icon. Like, let's just get that out of the way right now. David Howard Thornton nailed it. He is as essential to Art as Robert Englund was to Freddy.
Right.
There's nothing else that comes to mind. I mean, I guess maybe... I still haven't seen the new Thanksgiving movie, but they've already greenlit a sequel for it, so maybe him. But there isn't anything else because it's been all ghosts and fucking God only knows whatever.
Yeah.
But no, also, like, true slashers.
It's also hard to put... It's also hard to do that, really. I mean, in today's climate with movies and how pushing the envelope really doesn't happen anymore because you can't really push the envelope. It's already, like, a lot of it's already been done, you know? A lot of the shock value is not really shocking anymore, you know? So seeing...
Unless if you're willing to push it to fucking new heights like they do in both of these movies.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't really make another Freddy, you know? You can't make another Jason. You can't make another Michael Myers. And to be honest with you, Art makes Jason and Michael Myers look like chumps. Seriously, he does. And if this had come out then, people would be locking their doors and windows every single night they were alive. And there's no way that this would have been greenlit at that point, you know?
Yeah.
So that goes to show just how fucked up and crazy it is. But yeah, no, I agree. I don't think I can think of anything that comes to mind off the top of my head. I was kind of hoping the killer from Malignant would be that, you know, because I thought it was pretty cool, but it just didn't stick the landing. And again, it just wasn't really that shocking, honestly. Even the twist in Malignant was just kind of like, oh, okay, that's cool, I guess.
Yeah. But it was kind of there. Malignant wasn't bad, but it just came and went. Whereas these movies, just like, you know, the Halloweens, Nightmares, Fridays,
right?
They have staying power. But like, I couldn't tell you a character's name from Malignant at all. I couldn't. I mean, I've seen it, but I don't remember shit from it.
I don't either, other than the twist that kind of made the movie what it was. That's really the only thing I remember from the movie at all. But you also have movies that are doing well, like Midsommar and Hereditary and shit, but they don't have an icon. They don't have an Art. They don't have a Freddy. They don't have that, like, creepy monster and shit. It's all based on just the overarching theme of the movie, you know? It's not it's not a killer. It's not a whatever, you know? Because you can't.
It's not just one killer. It's a fucking weird. I can't even remember what they were in Midsommar. Don't think I hated that movie. I did really enjoy Midsommar, and
it was just a weird, like, Swiss cult of weird flower people. I don't know.
Yeah, now that's basically hitting the nail on the head.
But I mean, I don't know. I don't think there really is anything, and I can't. I just don't know. Oh, you know who could be in the Mount Rushmore of horror?
Who?
The Silencer. Ice Nine Kills.
Make it happen.
The Silencer could be our next big slasher guy.
That'd
be fun.
If the guys from Ice Nine Kills ever listen to this, please definitely make a song about Terrifier. Please.
Oh, dude.
And do the fucking thing too. Damn.
They already hinted at it. They hinted at it at the Silver Scream Con.
Good.
I don't know if they were just being cheeky because the vibes were just beautiful on those days and everybody was so happy and just lovely to be there, but they definitely hinted at it.
Yeah. But Okay, back to Terrifier.
Okay.
Because yeah, like I said, the second one is where I'm really going to like go off, like not off, but like I can talk for days. But so
I just looked at my notes and I was just trying to see if I had anything else from the first one, and I don't think there was actually anything else from the first one anyway. But I do have one thing that will tie into both that I've been asked to talk about. So we got to talk about it, mainly because you'll probably know a little bit more than I will, and if it's even relevant whatsoever.
oh god, the pressure's on now.
But also, can we just take a moment to discuss? And this is not the thing yet. This is just another personal thing of mine.
Okay.
The shit scene at the beginning of Terrifier 1. This dude takes the biggest Taco Bell shit of all time. Literally the biggest, most explosive shit I have ever seen on film in my life. This like rivals Two Girls One Cup kind of shit. Like they're just straight up fucking all over the place.
Oh, it doesn't rival it.
And just like all over the walls, piss everywhere, shit art written on the walls. And that poor guy at the pizzeria had to clean it up. And then he goes out and sees his boss's head as a jack-o'-lantern sitting on the fucking counter. What the fuck? Like, what an opening kill, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude.
No pun intended, but fuck.
No,
Damn.
I think the goal is to obviously make art as grotesque as humanly possible.
And he fucking achieved
honestly,
it.
yeah, I was gonna say playing with your own shit is definitely.
Now okay, here's the thing though. Let's get into the fucking psychology of it real quick, because I don't think art has a motive. Okay, he doesn't need a motive. He kills for the sake of killing. I think he thinks it's fun. All right, and that's fair.
Some men just want to watch the world burn, man.
Exactly, and that's fine. That's okay. But listen to this shit, okay? He goes to the fucking pizzeria to fuck with the girls and shit, right? He goes to the bathroom. He takes the meanest Taco Bell shit of his entire life, writes his shit name all over the walls and stuff, and piss too is mixed in with everything. Why? You know, like he just went in there and did it, okay? Yeah. And then he knew that someone was gonna have to clean it up. He got his ass kicked out, and then he was like, "They kicked me out for my beautiful masterpiece that I just created in there. Now I'm gonna go kill that motherfucker." And he just went back in there and fucking killed him. Like,
well, you gotta remember, in between there, that's when he fucking put a hole in their tire. So
oh yeah, that's true.
It gave him a good excuse, I guess. I mean, even though he could have just got up, walked out, and left, but gave him an excuse. Go to their car. All right, they're finishing up. All right, double back around. Fuck everything up in the pizza joint.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, really let the chaos ensue.
Also, how the fuck did he manage to get those fucking eyes and the nose lit? What did he just use like little bits of hair or some shit? They just stuck in there. I'm thinking
Art's
too
a
hard.
master, dude.
I'm thinking too hard about it, but I don't know. Like, what the fuck? He's just good at his job, I guess.
All I'll say is, where there is a will, there is a way, and he found it. That's what matters.
Yeah. Okay, so the other thing that we can tie into both, and I do say that I was requested to talk about this, but I am also curious myself.
Yeah.
Does Art have some mommy issues?
He's got to. I mean, fuck.
And if he has mommy issues, that implies that he was born and he was a baby at some point, right? So is he human?
All I'm gonna say is I'll say supernatural. Like, I don't know. Well, first off, with what he's lugging around in that goddamn trash bag, that's a feat of strength all in its own.
Dude, the trash bag itself is a feat of strength, because that shit should have ripped.
Carpenter bags, they can take it. But anyways, yeah, no, I would say if he wasn't human during this movie, because obviously he gets resurrected at the end.
I mean, he gets stabbed. He fucking shoots himself. He like gets his eye gouged out. He fucking like, you name it.
Well, I mean, you gotta remember, Freddy was human once too, and probably had some mommy issues too. And
that's fair.
Jason. Jason, definitely mommy issues.
Because yeah, that's fair. Jason's mom has got it going on. But anyway,
Oh, look, another Ice Nine Kills reference.
Dude, we can make them all day. You know we can.
Yeah.
But there was a scene in the first one with the crazy lady and the doll baby. And he was playing with the baby and shit, and the mom was like going up to it, or the mom?
He's holding him,
Whatever.
and he's
sucking his thumb, and
yeah.
she like caresses his face and everything, and it seems like he's actually getting like legit comfort out of that. And I couldn't tell if it was just art playing up his artness, just being a dude, or if he like legit like for a second there was like, man, this is actually real nice. I actually like this a lot. And then he snapped out of it and was like, nah, I'm scalping this bitch and wearing her titties. Fuck it. That's it.
Well, no, I mean that's when a killer really strikes. Like, she's at first like, huh? And then she's like, oh, okay, all right, everything's gonna be all better now. My defenses are completely down. Oh my god, scalp titties.
Yeah, my titties are gone. My scalp is gone. I'm dead. That was probably my favorite kill, even though it happened off camera. Just seeing Art like wake up from the little like fake crawling out of the bag or whatever, and he stands up and he's got her titties on his titties. I'm like, dude, I looked over at who I was watching it with, and I was like, is he wearing her fucking tits? What? And yeah, he was wearing her tits and her hair.
He was Buffalo Billing it up. That's for damn sure.
Jesus.
Oh, but yeah. No, this.
Anyway,
it goes places, and
it goes to a
love
lot of places.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. The first movie is not in my like most watched like anywhere, but it had balls to go where it did, and I fucking love and respect everybody that worked on that movie because
absolutely
keeping the slasher genre alive and creating a brand new fucking icon that everybody can love and get behind.
Dude,
so great.
Everybody's digging it. Like you should have seen that fucking Silver Scream Con, dude. There was a ton of Art the Clowns, man. Everybody was talking
dude,
about
don't worry. You've already talked about the Silver Scream Con. I haven't talked about fucking Flashback Weekend in Chicago yet.
Oh, that's right. You did go to a fucking horror con like shortly before I went to that one, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Nice. Yeah, I'm sure they were fiending over it there too. There was I mean, granted, a lot of the people, like some of the people from the panels were from Terrifier, so I get that. But like,
no,
I still did see a lot more of them than I anticipated anyway. So
yeah, both not like everybody. I'm pretty sure. I know Catherine Corcoran was there because I saw her with David Howard Thornton after the convention. So I came off of an elevator. And Leah, I might pronounce her name wrong, Vossi, she was with them. I saw her dart across. I think they were like, oh shit, this dude's wearing a Terrifier shirt and he sees me. And literally all I said was, what's going on, guys? So I wasn't gonna bother them. Like, right. I know they're not doing their thing right now. They're people too, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna wait a second to get before I go talk about Flashback Weekend. So do a monologue really quick. I got to step away for a moment, and I'm covering my camera.
Okay. All right. So basically, Terrifier as a whole, I think, just created a ripple of what we can hopefully expect from horror movies, slasher movies in particular, going forward, I think. And I'm hoping that's the case because I thoroughly enjoyed both of these more than I thought I would. I didn't think that I was going to like them nearly as much as I did, and I was thoroughly shocked. And when Toby told me that the first one didn't really have a whole lot of story in it, I was honestly worried that I was going to get through the first one and just be like, yeah, I don't really want to.
Oh, I changed shirts too. Now I'm in my Terrifier 2 shirt.
Oh, damn, he did a whole wardrobe change.
What?
Get this man a medal.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, I was worried I was going to watch the first one and not be interested in seeing the second one, but I was thoroughly surprised. I was like, you know what? The lack of story kind of worked. I kind of fuck with it, to be honest with you. And I rolled with it, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I watched the second one, too.
All right. So, let's talk about Terrifier 2.
Now that we've got the best scene on camera.
Fuck yes. And hold on a second. As we're starting this, because I was talking about the flashback weekend in Chicago. I don't know how well this will show up on camera.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah, that's me and Karen with David Howard Thornton and Damian Leone.
I love
And
it.
we did get a picture with Lauren Rivera, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to show that one because I get starstruck really bad, like really fucking bad. And yeah, like I'm glad they let me wear these glasses when I took that picture because yeah, I got straight up crazy eyes in that picture because I was just like, oh my god, I'm fucking standing next to Lauren Rivera, who played one of my favorite Final Girls, top 3 favorite Final Girls, because you can't knock Ripley, and you're definitely not bumping Nancy, but to be in that conversation, in my mind, is fucking great. Like it's like that would a dream. Like that's fucking god tier level in
And
my mind.
who was that again, you said?
Lauren Rivera.
Lauren Rivera.
She played Sienna in
Oh,
Terrifier.
Sienna. Okay. Sienna. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But
Out of all the girls in the second one, she was probably my favorite. But
oh yeah,
mainly because Allie, I think her name was, the one that got the best treatment of all of them.
yeah.
In
Casey Hartnett.
In the bed. I thought that her character was just kind of like, she was kind of rushed onto the screen. She gave some disposition and then literally got one of the most violent, brutal kills of pretty much just about any horror movie I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like, dude, why is she getting this treatment when the other girl that's a complete and total cunt for drugging her friend non-consensually or whatever, not getting this treatment, you know? But I know Art wouldn't have known that, and he wouldn't have given a fuck either way. But like, she got dirty, dude. She got done real dirty.
Yeah, that I will go ahead and say, at least out of slasher movies, that was the most brutal and most magical thing I've ever seen in my life.
There was a lot. There was a lot going on in that scene, dude.
Okay, so I was talking with somebody, and I can't remember who, but I was like, if I told you the number of times I've watched this movie, you would definitely look at me in a weird light. Realistically, it's probably over 70 times I've seen this movie. There for a while, it was my, like, put it on, watch it, fall asleep movie. Until, like, a few times in a row, when the mom walks into the garage and sees the car, like all fucking shaving cream and pumpkins and eggs and stuff, and she drops the glass. Every time I would just start waking up the second that wine glass fucking hit the ground. So I was like, oh fuck. And then I would be like, well, I gotta watch her get her head blown off, and then the mashed potato scene. So yeah.
God, that was so nasty, dude. I was like, please stop. Dude. Stop.
Okay. So one thing I do want to talk about this movie, because I know when it came, right before it came out, because thank God I was on leave for this movie. So no work, no nothing. And I was like, I told my buddy Joel, I was like, hey, let's go see Terrifier 2. Let's make it happen. He's like, I haven't seen the first one. It's okay. There's not very much story. And I explained the plot to him in 2 sentences. And he's like, oh, okay. All right, let's go. I saw people online bitching about the runtime because it's like 2 hours and 19 minutes.
The second one is pretty long. Yeah.
Yeah, and I will be completely honest. I at first was like, man, yeah, that is most time, hour 30, hour 45, 219. Okay. I love the fact that they ended up doing that because I felt more of a connection with the people that we were intending to have connections with, i.e. Jonathan, played by Elliot Fulham, Sienna, played by Lauren Rivera, of course, and then the mom, Sarah Voigt. Like, how many times in a horror movie did you get that kind of character development out of the mother? Because you see
Yeah.
her working her, like call center fucking job, trying to make fucking dinner, um, just being a good parent in my mind. Uh, like most of the time, and I know a lot of interviews I watched with Damien, he talked about like Nightmare on Elm Street 3 being this. And it's like, okay, if you looked back at Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Kristen's mom, total bitch. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like when Freddy literally hacks her head off in a dream that you don't see, by the way, you feel nothing. You're like, oh, she was a fucking bitch anyways. But then just everything that happens to the mom, this was hands down my favorite like horror mom of all time. Like no questions. Better than Nancy's mom because it's like, oh, she's a fucking drunk bitch who's hiding shit.
Yeah.
No, I see her range of emotions. After she hits Jonathan, she's like, fuck, I am a bad goddamn parent, taking all the pills and stuff like that. But everything, that's why I love this movie so much, because thinking about it, they could have edited it down into like an hour and a half, hour 45. It would have been a skeleton versus a full flesh and blood human being, in my opinion.
Okay, so this is where we're going to branch off, I think. I definitely would have shaved it down a little bit. But I would have shaved it down to maybe like an hour 45. I don't think I would have done an hour and a half. I think that would have been too short, but I definitely would have cut like 15, 20 minutes off of it. Because there was a point at where I was... And we were wide awake watching it, and I just was kind of dozing. Like, I was like, what? Why are we still in this scene or whatever? I don't remember what scene it was, but there was some disposition that was going on, and I was just like, okay, yeah, can we just, like, move on? Because I get that, whatever. Can we go forward a little bit? I wouldn't have cut it from the mom. I wouldn't have cut it from Sienna or Jonathan by any stretch. But maybe, like I said, with Allie getting her complete and total, like, shit taken out, I would have just taken her character out entirely and done that same scene, but with the other friend.
Brooke?
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just take that whole arc out because it was kind of irrelevant. I didn't really give a fuck, Like, it was brutal, it was fucked up, and I felt more bad, honestly, for the mom walking into it. And then getting her head used as a fucking trick-or-treat bowl. That was fucking brutal.
So awesome.
It was great. Yeah, it was great. But that same scene could have easily happened with Brooke instead. And I would have felt something way more about it than I did watching Allie. Because I honestly don't even remember any of her fucking dialogue. I don't remember anything that she said or did in the whole entire fucking movie. Because I don't think there really was a whole lot of stuff that she did or said. But I think that would have easily shaved out like 15 minutes. That would have been cool, and it would have increased the pacing just a little bit, but still kept all the arcs going the way they needed to. Maybe flesh out Brooke's character a little bit more, and then, give a little bit of, like, maybe some kind of fucked up shit going on her by herself or whatever that would have led her to drug Sienna or whatever, you know what I mean? It would have been, I think, in my opinion, a little bit more streamlined if they did that in that way instead of just cram-packed all that shit in with the extra friend and all that stuff. But again, I still liked the movie. I still thought it was fun. I still thought it was great. I don't really have any gripes other than the fact that the runtime was my biggest one, to be honest with you. But I also thought the mom was an asshole.
Oh, she was but
I thought she was a fucking asshole, dude. I was like, oh man.
No, you see that's what I'm saying. Like,
especially
her mom,
towards Jonathan, man. Jonathan was just doing what he needed. He was just trying his fucking best.
He was talking about Nazis at dinner, man.
I mean, yeah, but he's a fucking kid. He's in a weird place, I don't know.
I don't know. No, like I'm not trying to discredit you. Trust me, when you're a parent and what the fuck? Why are you doing that? And then you'll try to be nice and then you'll fucking overstep your bounds and then you're like, I am a fucking piece of shit. And So like that, maybe that's why I got it so much because I like the mom just knocked it out of the park for me.
No, I thought she was a great character. I thought her character was fine. Like there was nothing wrong with it. Like the actress was great. I think that it was very authentic. It was very believable. Absolutely. I was like, man, she's a fucking asshole, especially to Jonathan. I don't know. Maybe that was just me, but I remember it being popped into my head a couple times, and I was just like, damn, did she really have to say
Here,
that? You know. But
let me ask you this question: if you ever said to your mom, "You're such a bitch," what would your mom do?
my mom would have beat my ass. Yeah, but
Okay,
yeah,
the defense rests.
yeah, but she was being a bitch.
Yeah, because he was like, no, she was trying to be nice at that point because he got okay. If when you were a kid, you're little Elliot Fulham, and you run away from school, and then they have the cops bring you back, and they tell you, oh yeah, or they tell your mom, yeah, he just fucking decorated the hallway with a possum corpse. If you're gonna be, hey man, that's just fucking puberty. That happens to the best of us.
Yeah, but she didn't give him the time of day. She didn't even think to believe that he was trying to tell the truth. I know his story was a little bit far-fetched and like who's going to believe that, but like you expect to be able to confide those things with your parents and shit. And if he can't
Yeah,
do that,
but
who is he supposed to go to, you know? Like he's trapped.
so the mom was definitely, when I say this, it's not in a bad way. She was a bitch, but I understand exactly why she did what she did, like when she would do it. So it's not like, man, she is just going out of her way to just beat the bejesus out of him
Oh
or
yeah,
anything
yeah.
like that. No, I like
I don't think
every
she
step
was
of the way. I was
abusive
like,
or anything, but
I
still
mean, she did hit him, but yeah, no, every step of the way, I was like, yeah, you get him, fuck him. Like,
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, I understand her actions and I agree with her. She's great.
All right, that's whatever. Fair, whatever. We'll agree to disagree on the mom, but while we're talking about Jonathan though, we do got to bring up the boy's room.
Oh yeah, I
'Cause
know where you're going. And
'cause,
yes, he's a metalhead.
boy, I seen a signed Hell Awaits vinyl on his wall. Signed.
Yep.
I'm like, bro, this man's has got Carnifex in here. He's got Merciful Fate. This dude's got King Diamond in this bitch. He's got a Death vinyl in there. Or was it a poster maybe? It was a vinyl or poster hanging up, a Death poster or something. I'm like, what the fuck? But the Carnifex one is the one that I got the most geeking out about. I was like, oh shit, he's got Carnifex up in here. That's what I'm talking about. I
Oh,
love
dude,
Carnifex, dude.
Elliot Fulham. I haven't checked it out, but he does stuff on YouTube.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, he is seriously a big metalhead.
Yeah,
And
I heard he reviews albums and stuff or whatever on his YouTube channel.
hell yes.
I think I read somewhere that
And
that's like where they found him or something to be in the movie, but
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I more than likely. Still just awesome. One thing that was also really cool from the movie that I don't know if Damien was wrong about or if he was just saying the wrong one, but like before Allie dies and Sienna's doing like she has her freak out on the TV, which also, side note, good job of working in the romaine lettuce recall of 2018 because I was working in produce around that time and I fucking remember that because it sucked. But anyways, no, and she's taking a shower, getting her armor on and everything. Very, very Nightmare on Elm Street 4-esque vibes.
yeah.
From when Alice is getting ready to go fucking save Dan and take on Freddy. So, there's a lot of the interviews I'd seen. It was always Nightmare on Elm Street 3 was the one that was mentioned. I was like, nah, man, it's that scene right there screams 4 and in a very, very good way.
What was your favorite kill of this one other than the bedroom scene? Obviously, that was kind of the highlight, I think. But
Yeah.
what was your favorite other than that?
Actually, probably just the moms because it was just quick and everything else up in the movie at that point, like
And we're talking
with
about Sienna's and Jonathan's mom, or are we talking about the
yeah,
Allie's mom?
Sienna and Jonathan's mom.
Okay, gotcha.
Because everything else was just drawn out, like with the coroner, and then God, what else was there? Well, I guess the guy in the laundromat was pretty quick. Costume shop guy, that was drawn out. Allie was definitely drawn the fuck out. Keep in mind, all in good ways. But the moms was like, you were. I at least felt like, oh, this is going to be bad to watch this because it's going to take forever. No, just a quick fucking sawed-off shotgun blast to the fucking head.
Yeah.
It surprised me. And then, of course, the mashed potatoes afterwards. Who doesn't love that?
Oh god. Oh man, that was hard to watch.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ugh. That was fucking nasty, dude.
Yeah, and it sucked because, like I said, I was invested in the character, and I was like, oh god. After that phone call with her and Sienna, I was like, she's fucking eating it bad now,
Yeah.
real bad, and she fucking did. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I think my favorite scene. I don't even know if it's just the kill so much as it is like this. Just the overall scene itself from that whole movie was probably the whole laundromat scene. Just seeing Art take his clothes off, throw him in the washer, casually playing patty cake with the fucking pale girl, which we need to talk about here in a second. And then
He also takes a Taco Bell-esque shit all over the floor.
does he?
No, the girl.
Oh, did I miss that?
Yeah, dude,
When
the
the
little
fuck did
girl.
she- When did she?
Like
shit?
right at the. Okay, so the power goes out, and then Art's kind of like, what? Looks around the corner, and then little girl just sitting there. I can't remember if she waves first, then just unleashes hell on that laundromat floor.
Really? How did I
And
not
then
notice that?
immediately after that, she jumps up, and then that's when she walks up to Art and squeezes his nose and is poking his eye, and that'll create.
What the
just,
fuck?
like-
I don't remember. I don't remember shitting on the floor, but I'll have to go back
Oh.
and rewatch it.
Oh, dude, straight up Taco Bell shits.
Oh god, that's awful. But anyway,
Yeah.
I thought that whole scene was funny as hell, and I
Loved it.
loved every second of it. So casual, just taking his shit off, throwing it in the washer, and then you know what? I'm just gonna take this broomstick handle and lodge it through that man's head on my way out. Just whatever.
Which all I'm
art
gonna
things.
ask. All I'm gonna ask is, how the fuck did he get those whites that white, man? Like,
Dude,
God,
he's got to be using Gain.
he's the master of killing and the master of fucking laundry. That's for damn sure.
Okay, so the pale girl. What the fuck is she? What is her whole purpose? What is the whole I don't understand. Is that something that he was seeing the whole first movie and it just didn't really touch up on it? Was it like supposed to be some kind of added story for this movie, or like what the fuck was the deal with the pale girl?
So originally, when we were talking about the first Terrifier, and you asked me like, is he human or what? That's where I kind of, and this is my own thinking, of course, but I think he was human before he did what he did, killed himself, and then an evil entity is what caused him to resurrect and come back.
And you think that entity is the girl?
Yeah, because she appears shortly after, he gets done with the coroner, and then that awesome fucking walkout scene as he's killing the coroner.
So why
So good.
Why could the guy at the laundromat not see her, but Jonathan could?
Well, Sienna could see her too. She saw her in the club. I don't know, because there's some connection between them. And a lot of people have said, like, oh, that's Art's their dad before their dad died. No, Damien, no.
I was like, I don't know about all that, but
I don't believe that. I think that's what that was left open on purpose for Terrifier 3. And
so you think we're actually going to explore why the kids are seeing this girl? And why the dude in the laundromat didn't see her?
Yeah, I think they will. I hope they do. I mean, it's going to be gold regardless. Like,
do you think it's a kids can see her thing and adults can't kind of thing, or do you think there's a specific connection between Sienna and Jonathan?
I think there's a specific connection between them because at the club, Sienna wasn't the only one that was underage and drinking there.
That's
Brooke
fair.
was there too, and standing right next to her, didn't see her.
They were both on
So
Molly, so she might have just been thinking that she was seeing shit and didn't regard it, you know.
could have, definitely could have. But yeah, I think that'll be further explored in three. So that's why, like, I know some people they have been asking that a lot, and it's like just patience, just patience. Give it time to breathe. We'll
Okay,
figure it out.
so the connection between Sienna and Jonathan and Art and whatnot brings me to another question that I had that
Okay.
I still don't get. What the fuck is the deal with the sword?
Well, obviously they kind of talked about the fact that their dad was seeing stuff before he died, and he started that notebook that Jonathan had.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, so the dad probably had a vision or something about what was going to happen. I don't know what makes it special,
Yeah,
but
that's what I was wondering. Like, why is this sword even relevant? And why a sword? I mean, Art's pulling out Glocks and, like, Tommy guns and shit. Like, what the fuck? Why? What is the sword's relevance? You know what I mean?
dude, I'll ask you this one question: do swords kick ass?
Yes, swords kick ass.
You just answered it yourself. Thank you. Boom.
I have a lot of swords.
Yeah, I was gonna say, come the fuck on.
I know, but I don't know. I was trying to find some kind of like purpose with
So,
it. And I just couldn't I
well,
couldn't find anything.
you think back to like one of the first bladed weapons a man had. Not first weapons, because obviously they had clubs and maces and stuff, but like a first like bladed weapon, sword. So I would say it's just symbolic of that being just an good old fashioned fucking killing sword.
I mean, I do like swords. That's fair. But I
Hell
was
yeah.
thinking maybe it's like a weapon. It's like the only weapon that can kill Art or some bullshit. And they fucking biffed him right in the fucking end. Didn't they cut his head off with it at the end?
Well, to be fair, like, I mean, Art shot himself with a fucking Glock in the fucking first one at the end, so that killed him. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I know. But they cut his head off with that sword, though, right?
yeah, she cut the fuck out of his head. Yeah,
But as we seen in the credit scene afterwards, he's not dead. So
yeah,
I mean
Jared.
that theory's out
Jared.
the fucking window.
yeah. Well, you see, it left a lot of stuff open, and I know people are like, "Oh, they didn't unresolve it." Yeah, you know what? 9 times out of 10, they leave stuff open to better explain it in the sequels. Because Damien's had the idea, like he's had the story in his head. He knows where he's going with it, and I
Yeah.
trust him.
Right, right,
But
right.
people, that's what I said. Like they need to exercise some patience and give it time to breathe because he knows this isn't like the nightmare movies in the '80s where it was like, oh fuck, the first one was successful, crank out the fucking sequel in 2 weeks. No, he knows what he's doing. He
Yeah,
knows what he's doing.
I even seen a interview with him saying that he wants it to be done in the third movie. He just wants it to be a trilogy. He just wants to leave it at that, and he doesn't want to go 4 or 5
Oh,
movies in because that would just be fucking redundant. And trilogies are just
yeah.
always better.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not. I'm definitely going to agree with you. A solid beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
He has mentioned that Terrifier 4 could possibly happen, but yeah, if it tells the story that it needs to, then I'm okay with 3. But shit, it could keep going. It could keep going, and
I,
as long as they're twisted enough to keep coming up with the kills to top each fucking movie,
yeah,
yeah,
but
we're
you
we're
get
gonna eventually be watching snuff films.
you get into a weird sticky situation with that though, because granted, in a perfect world that'd be great, but let's be realistic. And do you think that that's even a possibility? Because I mean, we already talked about the whole shock factor kind of being worn out nowadays, you know. So if they get to the point where they're topping each kill for like 3, 4, maybe 5 movies, then it's
Not
gonna.
each one, but just the marquee kill of each one. So like the hacksaw in the first one, the bedroom in the second one, and then God only knows what they've got for the third one because I've heard it's gonna be really, really bad.
Oh, I'm sure, but I don't know. I think it gets to a point where it starts to get fucking cheesy, and it's just like, what are we even
And
doing here, you know? And
it very well could. But
I wouldn't want that to happen. If that's gonna happen,
yeah,
I'd rather it stay a fucking trilogy. You know what I mean?
yeah. So we just got to wait and see what happens. But I'm excited for the ride because I think, like, even though budget of like $250,000, and it made, what was the number I saw? Because I heard Phil Falcone say, yeah, about 15 million. It's made 15 million between like, I think the theater and their deal with Screambox. That's also going back like freaking when they did the interview with Kevin Smith. Like they did a screening of it and then it did a live Q&A afterwards.
Right.
But that's buku fucking bucks.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
I mean, especially to us, that's a lot of money. I know in the movie industry, it's like, no, your movie has to be $100 million budget and then make 5 billion worldwide.
Not for a fucking horror movie, though. I mean, horror movies don't have to make that kind of money for it to be really successful.
And just the sheer amount of buzz that Terrifier 2 generated, 3 is going to be a monstrous success.
Oh yeah.
They could make it on a budget of 5. It's bringing back at least 25. Easy.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Easy.
Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Trying to think if I have any final like notes that I want to mention about Terrifier, other than like Damien, Lauren, and David were all super fucking chill. Like just really cool people.
Yeah.
Which you're not gonna like this next comment, Jacob, but she actually commented on Karen's shirt that she was wearing when we got pictures with her. Because I was on a whole nother fucking level, starstruck out of my fucking mind. Yeah, Karen was wearing a ghost shirt. But no, they're really awesome.
What the damn hell,
dude? Shut your tongue. But no, and I do want to give a shout out to the Facebook group. It's Art the Clown Appreciation Society. Super cool fucking group. Like, there's seriously next to no negativity in it because like I was in a Halloween group for a while that Cody McGackey invited me to.
Really?
And yeah, and I was like, okay, I'll check this out. And dude, it was just people shitting on people all the fucking time. Whether it was, oh, this is my list of the movies. Why would you have that one at number 1? God, you're
because I like that one the most.
Yeah.
Duh.
But this group is seriously just literally dedicated to the Terrifier movies.
Nice.
And there's a lot of just love and just like no bullshit, no people being trolls and assholes. It's really cool. And so I wanted to give them a shout out because they're super, super fucking awesome people as well.
Nice. Is it an open group, or do you have to be invited, or what?
I think I can probably send you an invite. Yeah.
Yeah. Add me to it. I'd be down.
What the fuck?
I'd be down with that.
There's a piece of tape on my arm. Yeah.
So
just awesome. And like Damien, Phil Falcone, all the people in the movies, they're in the group too.
Oh,
so
no.
it's cool. They can, if some shit's going on, they'll squash it. Like rumors or whatever. And I know they've been doing like this auction thing lately, and Phil Falcone's been posting a little bit more in the group, which is super cool.
Nice.
Super awesome.
Yeah, shoot me a fucking invite. That'd be sick.
Let me see if I can do it right now.
Hell yeah. The only other things I had on my list, other than one more mommy issue thing we got to talk about, and I think that was it. Oh, is there a connection between Art going for the eyes? I noticed he went for the eyes a lot first. He'd always initiate a lot of the kills with gouging somebody's fucking eye out or getting his eye stabbed or whatever. Like, there was a lot of eye references, and I guess maybe that's just because they're an easy target, but...
Yeah, I would say that's just purely defense because, well, the coroner kill was funny just because he had his eye already poked out, so...
Yeah.
I think that's why he went for the eye on that one, but then, like, the guy at the costume shop, you take a guy's eye out, he ain't gonna fucking...
Yeah.
He ain't doing shit.
Well, there was also the eyes being gouged out in the first one, too. There's a couple of those. Plus the jack-o'-lantern head. Obviously had to gouge out eyes there.
Yeah.
Then he got his eye stabbed in the first one as well. Plus, it's implied pretty heavily that he was eating the chick's eyes at the end of the first movie because her eyes are all fucked up. At least one of them is gone.
It's not implied. He was having a fucking dinner time snack.
Yeah, he had some meatballs in there, and those meatballs were made out of fucking eyes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just noticed that there was a lot of eyes. The person I was watching it with also mentioned the eyes. She thought that maybe it was just like his staple or something. He just always goes for the eyes or some shit. But then we also seen a couple that he didn't go for the eyes at all. So I was like, okay, well, maybe not. But
yeah,
I thought that was interesting. And then let's see, what was the other thing?
One thing I'd be sad not to mention that I realize I haven't. Clown Cafe. That song, I knew we were going to be talking about it today, but I watched Terrifier 2 like probably 3-4 days ago again.
Yeah.
And just randomly today I was cleaning the house. Drop on by Clown Cafe.
I'm pretty sure she sang that during the panel.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she came up on the panel and sang it when their panel started. Or ended.
I knew she was doing photo ops in that costume too.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
A flashback, yeah.
I'm pretty sure she came on stage with Ice Nine Kills as one of the extras too. For one of their songs. I can't remember which one it was, but I'm pretty sure she came on as an extra to help out with, their fucking theatrics and stuff. But
hell yeah, it'd be, hey, we need somebody to help. Done.
Yeah, dude, they had a whole crew of people that could have helped. I would have shit my pants if Tony Todd came on stage while they did Farewell to Flesh, dude. I would have lost my fucking mind. That would have just blown my fucking mind, man. But
yeah,
that was crazy. Also seeing fucking Skeet Ulrich in the crowd. Just vibing to Ice Nine Kills while we're listening to him was fucking crazy to watch, but
oh man.
But yeah, that was fucking crazy. Anyway, so the last mommy issue thing, the post-credit scene. His head is being birthed.
So I actually got I did read through Wikipedia just for extra little stuff because I didn't hear this in any interview I watched.
Okay.
Originally, Art was supposed to be like coming out of Victoria.
Just straight up Voldemort style?
Straight up Malignant style.
Oh, okay.
And then he saw Malignant and then he fucking changed it. So
That's
instead
fair.
she gave birth to his head, which will of course regrow into a full flesh and blood Art.
So why? Why her though? Why did she give birth to his head?
More than likely, well, I mean, why did she attack Monica Brown in the first movie? Don't know for sure yet.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I guess you could go ahead and assume that it's like, oh, she's been infected by like their kind of evil or possessed by the little pale girl, because her eyes were glowing at the end, just like the little pale girls were.
Her eye.
Yeah, her eye. Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Her face at the end when she's holding his head was probably the scariest thing in the whole fucking both movies. Like, that shit sent shivers up my fucking spine. More than the fucking hacksaw cut in the first movie. More than the fucking bleach on the open wounds and shit. Like, that shit fucking terrified me. I was seeing that face for like several hours after the movie was done. I was like, no.
It's bad because me and Joel are obviously both wrestling fans. So when we saw Chris Jericho was in the credits, it's like, fuck yes. Like, even if Jericho just dies, Jericho's awesome. But then we were kind of joking afterwards. It's like, yeah, when she broke in there and saw her holding Art's head, like, do you think Jericho was going to hit the fucking code breaker and put her in the fucking walls of Jericho or anything? Oh, God. I hope 3 fucking opens up with Chris Jericho in it. I really, really hope so.
You hope he gets like the fucking master kill The big kill?
Oh, dude,
Or do you want to
dude,
just
no, no,
be very
no
first
not it.
one?
It could be the very first one. Just
Okay.
more Chris Jericho. I'm never gonna complain about. It would be even funnier if Art somehow puts him in the walls of Jericho and like snaps him fucking clean in half. Like,
That would
like
be a
if that
sight to
was
see.
yeah, if that was like the opening fucking 5 minutes of the movie, I'd be like, this is the greatest goddamn movie I have ever seen in my life.
Jesus Christ. That's awesome. Are there any cameos you'd like to see other than Chris Jericho?
Well, so in two, they had Felicia Rose
Hmm.
as the principal, which Sleepaway Camp movie that traumatized me when I was a fucking kid.
Right.
And then I can't remember her name. Tamara Glenn. She was in Halloween 5, the mom of the little boy when they're trying to get in the costume shop and Art's holding the guy's head. Or
Okay.
like, yeah,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah,
I haven't seen
yeah.
Halloween 5, but I remember the scene that you're talking about, Terrifier.
I don't know. Like, you got to be careful with the cameos. Really, really bad. Like, you can't get like. I wouldn't want to see like a Robert Englund cameo or like Kane Hodder, Tony Todd. I wouldn't want to see any of those. But like the lesser, like, oh yeah, they were in this, kind of like the Tamara Glenn one. Because when I found that out, I was like, oh, that is her. But if it's like a Robert Englund, it takes away from it. It's like, oh shit, my eyes are glued on him now.
What if it was
And
something? What if it was something like the daughter in Hereditary? They got her head lopped off. Like I know that's kind
okay,
of like that's the scene from the movie. That's the one that everybody fucking knows. But she's also still a lesser actress as far as like the names
yeah,
that were in that movie. Like there were some big names in that movie. What about someone like
yeah,
her?
oh yeah, no, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Like something like that, I would be down for because I couldn't even tell you what she looks like now because that movie came out in what 2018.
Yeah, I think
So
I follow her on Instagram. I think she's on.
they
She's
fil- they roughly filmed it 6 years ago, more than likely. But yeah, I couldn't pick her face out of a crowd unless if she was doing that, and I'd be like, what?
yeah. She doesn't look much different to be honest with you. I think she's got
But
short hair now. It's about the only difference.
but as long as it's like a lesser known cameo like that, I know Felicia Rose is kind of a bigger one just because, like Sleepaway Camp, I'm not the only person that was traumatized by that.
Right.
Um, but yeah, you can't go for like a bigger name that'd be like, oh fuck, because yeah, it just pulls away focus from it, I feel.
Right.
So yeah, so like a lesser known actor like that, yeah, that would be fucking awesome and cool. But don't get like Danielle Harris or something like that. Even though it would be cool to see, but at the same time, it would pull my focus away because I'd be like, oh my god, there's Jamie Lloyd. Watch Jamie Lloyd.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Uh, oh god, no, no, just 100 times no, definitely not.
That would be pretty bad. Not gonna lie, that would be pretty fucking bad.
Yeah,
Love
but
Jamie
no,
Lee
like
Curtis,
yeah,
but yeah, please don't.
yeah, okay. But so if you don't have anything else, we could go ahead and talk ratings, and I'll just be blunt. My ranking 2/1, 7 days out of the week.
Yeah.
That's not a slight against one. Like two is seriously, I would consider this Terrifier either my second or third favorite slasher movie
Okay.
out of out of all of them.
So,
Yeah, I'd say probably third, just behind two movies of a certain franchise.
um, and this is not just to be different from your answer, but I do think I liked one more.
That's fair.
I think I did, but it's only because one, I had a lot more questions that I know I've got to wait for like the third one and stuff to be answered, and that's fine. Like even if they don't ever answer any of them, I'd probably come back to this rating and maybe rate it differently anyway. But as far as the knowledge goes, that I know there's a third one now, and the third one is probably going to tie up those loose ends. Maybe that'll change my mind. But I liked the simplicity of the first one. I liked the runtime of the first one, and I never ever found myself wanting to like just come on, let's carry on, you know, let's go, come on. I feel like the second one just maybe not dragged so much because there was shit happening the whole fucking time, but
Oh yeah.
I will say that every scene with art in it was like the part that brought me back into the fucking movie, you know. A lot of the disposition between people, or like Brooke and Sienna or whatever at the party and shit, I honestly didn't give a fuck about. Really, I didn't care all that much about those guys partying at the thing, you know. But not that that's not necessary for the, you know, building the scene and everything, but I never felt like that the entirety of the time I was watching one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I liked both of them.
Yeah.
I liked both of them, and don't get me wrong, the first one, the second one did have two of the best scenes in the whole, like, both of them. The one that you're currently wearing on your face, and also the laundromat scene. I mean, it's just fucking hilarious, man. It killed me both fucking times, and that's great. But I think overall, I'd probably put the first one over the second one, just for that reason. And when we inevitably do a second Terrifier episode after the third one comes out, we'll regroup on that and see if I stay the same. But
yeah,
that's probably where I'm at as far as putting them into like my horror movie bracket or whatever. I don't know if I'd put them up with my favorites maybe, but I did have fun with them, and I would definitely rewatch them. So.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's that. But again, that's coming from me. I don't get into horror movies nearly as much as you do, obviously. So it's one of those things that, like, that is not a slight towards the movies at all. I think they were very fun. I enjoyed them. I would watch them again, and I think coming from me, that's probably the best compliment I could give them. So.
Yeah. So an actual rating, because I was on Tony's podcast, and I stand by it. Just entertainment value, the fact that like I don't know, the characters just hit with me hard. I gave Terrifier 2 a 5 out of 5. I love it. Love it. I mean, I drove to Chicago, paid fucking $300 for a hotel, which if you're going to a convention and there's a hotel, get a fucking room. You will thank yourself later.
Oh yeah.
And then like I spent like $200, I think, in photo ops, $90 for us to get in. I mean, these glasses were $15, I believe, worth every penny. I fucking love Terrifier 2. And then the first one, I would give a solid 8.5. Okay. So 2, 10 out of 10, 1, 8.5.
Okay. I'd give 2 I'd probably give it like a 7. Like just an overall ranking, you know, I think I'd give it a 7 probably, and I'd give the first one probably like a 7.5, maybe an 8. I think an 8 would be fair, honestly, just because I liked it a lot more than I anticipated liking it to begin with. So
yeah,
so there's that. But yeah, that's probably where I'd put it. I think that's fair.
Yeah, good fucking movies.
Absolutely.
That everybody needs to at least experience once to say that they have.
If you're a fan of slasher movies, and you're a fan of horror movies, and you're a fan of scary fucking clowns, or mimes rather, he's more of a mime than a clown, to be honest with you. So
he's a mime clown.
Yeah, because he doesn't fucking say a goddamn thing. He doesn't let out a peep. Not even when he's getting stabbed and shot and cut and all that kind of stuff. Not a fucking sound comes out of that man.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you like any of those things or all of those things, you need to fucking watch Terrifier and Terrifier 2. And
you know what?
inevitably Terrifier 3.
Yeah, I was going to say one thing we do need to briefly talk about because we're approaching hour 30. Terrifier 3, October 2024, Christmas slasher. I'm fucking pumped.
We could always use more Christmas horror movies. Let's just put it out there. We always need more of those.
One thing I will say, because a lot of people in the Facebook group that I mentioned earlier, Oh, that's got a Sienna when she was a little girl. This and this and this. It's like, no, I think you're misconstruing it, considering the fact that Damien has said multiple times he's a gigantic fan of Nightmare on Elm Street, and especially Nightmare on Elm Street 3. The teaser for Terrifier 3 reminded me of the original teaser for Nightmare on Elm Street 3. So some elements are going to definitely find its way in there, but it's not shot for, like, it's not a clip that was taken from the movie and put out as the teaser.
Right.
So I think people need to get in that headset, and then because I saw some people that are just overcomplicating a 2-minute teaser of just art fucking. Oh, if he kills that little girl, I'm not gonna watch the movie. It's like, bitch, don't act like you have never seen a kid get killed in a horror movie.
Yeah.
Case in point, Pet Sematary.
Yeah, and also don't even consider for a second that art is probably not going to kill everybody.
Yeah.
He's not prejudiced.
So, yeah, he's an equal opportunity killer.
Exactly. He's going for everybody.
But yeah, I can't wait for 3. I will definitely. Damn, you know what? That's what it was. The other day we were talking about possibly going to Orlando for vacation. I'd be like, oh, that'd be an end of October thing. And then I was like, something's not registering, because like my brain's like schedule conflict, and it wouldn't tell me why. And then we both realized, oh wait, we got tickets for Iron Maiden on the 24th, and then Terrifier comes out on the 25th.
Oh,
so,
damn.
Yeah, I'm not missing that. I will be there opening night, because unfortunately I can't go to early showings on the 24th because I'm seeing Maiden. But yeah.
That's fair. That's fair, though. All right, well, that's all I got.
All right.
You got anything? You got anything else?
No, I was just going to say, let us know down below. Have you seen the Terrifier films?
Yeah.
What did you like? What didn't you like?
Hit
us with your thoughts. Yeah. I was going to say, because if you want to talk Terrifier with anybody, believe me, I could talk forever about the second one. Not so much the first one. I do like it a lot, but the second one, you've seen a movie that many fucking times. You obviously love it, and you want to talk about it as much as possible.
Absolutely.
So let us know what your thoughts are. Also, one thing I guess we haven't been saying, what are some suggestions for future movies that you would like to see us talk about?
Or franchises, really.
Yeah, that's series, whatever. Because I know we've kicked around the Halloween David Gordon Green trilogy. That will happen eventually.
Yep.
But and then the Resident Evil movies, which is an even bigger, more disgusting side than the one I just brought out. But yeah, let us know what you thought and how we're doing too, because this is episode 3, and if you haven't seen the first 2, get on it.
Yeah, what are you doing? Get with it. They're up. They're ready for your viewing pleasure. Check those out. Give us some suggestions or music suggestions as well. We're big heavy metal fans, so. I mean, I listen to everything. Derek listens to everything. We'll just fucking hit us with whatever things you got. You know what I mean? And
also, we should probably go ahead and say what next week's video is going to be.
Okay. Next week, we're going to be doing.
Tell them.
The top. How many, Derek? How many?
5.
Top 5 albums of the year. And yes, I mean this year. Albums that were released in this year. No EPs, no singles, no live albums. Just straight up studio albums that were released in 2023. Our top 5s, personally. So Derek will have his top 5. I will have my top 5. Hopefully, Toby will have his top 5.
Sometimes we can unanimously agree on a number 1.
One time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it just kind of ended up being Bad Omens last year because it was on all 3 of our lists, and you're number 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ice Nine Kills the year before that with Silver Scream 2.
And we both had the same number 2 as well that year.
Yeah. That
was a close call.
I'm getting sad thinking about how good the last 2 years were compared to this one.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. We'll discuss it. We'll talk about it all next week.
Oh, yeah?
Exactly. No, there's no moaning for this year's music releases. That's just not happening.
It's just a oh.
Yeah, you ever get those when you're sleeping with somebody? Just oh. Hopefully
Oh.
not, but that's exactly what this year as far as music has been. So we will see.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut myself up because no more comments from me. Thank you for watching. We love you all.
Absolutely. We will catch you next week. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check us out on the other episodes as well, and we'll see ya. Peace.
Bye.